Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this third-party figure showcase we're going to be looking at the Newage 58 B Road Games figure. So we're going to have a quick look at him in both his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to compare him with the ehobby Japanese exclusive. We're then going to compare him with the original Generation 1 figures mould, and indeed have a look how he's changed through the Generations toy line and see how he looks with some other New Age figures as well. So as always, loads to get through on this video. So as I start to pop all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, and also to thank Show Z, because that's where this figure came from. Very quickly we're going to look at the packaging. Now these did come in a 2-pack. I'm going to bring their version of Puffer in a second, but this video is going to only focus on him. So we've got some artwork on the front. If you're wondering why it hasn't got the proper names, it's because these are made by New Age, and because they transform, they're not licensed by Hasbro or Takara. So we've already seen this mold, funnily enough, in the Huffer video that I've done on this channel, and as I said, we're just going to focus on him. So a little bit of a background story for you. This is quite a rare figure, to be honest. It's from an ehobby figure set that was released in in Japan in the early 2000s, and it is just straight up redecos of mini-bots, but they gave them the gobots names and characters. So this of course is Road Ranger, and it is just a use of the Huffer mold. So that's exactly what we've got here, and the same as every other company, everybody's jumped on board and indeed copied that. Right, I'm not going to transform this figure, as I'm sure you'll appreciate why, again due to the rarity, but it is just exactly the same mold as the Huffer one, so it's not much smaller. Now the clever thing about New Age figures is when you see him in robot mode in a bit, you'll see that he's probably going to be a little bit taller, and that's because they're very good at extending, I suppose. Everything's tucked away, everything folds out super neat. So there he is compared to Generation 1. Here he is compared to his pack mate. And here he is compared to the other two previous uses of this particular mold. Now, is this going to focus for us? Let's have a look. So yeah, there you've got Pipes, Huffer, Road Ranger, and indeed Puffer. All tiny, all really small. To give you an idea of how small, there is Earthrise Optimus Prime, which of course fits all of these on them, in fact no problem whatsoever. Now inside the packaging you get a couple of sets of hands, a couple of sets of guns. I'm not sure which is which. If you look at the stock photos on Show Z, he's carrying both, so I'm going to be showing you with both of them in the hands. So I'm going to also take them out because there is actually a bit of storage. That shows how blunt that knife is, where you can store one of the weapons on the back, exactly like I've done with Huffer there. So I'm going to show you the same on here. Yeah, I tend to use that knife more of like, I think is the correct technical term in the collecting world, like a spudger, or just something to prise things open. So you never know, maybe with this, funny enough, that's probably going to be Road Ranger's weapon because it's the same as the Huffer mold. But I just want, in fact, I'm going to stick the other one in because I think it will go better. It will fit there, but this is also, let me get rid of this, this is also packed the same way as what the others were. Now what this means is, very quickly, this is the bonus mode. So you can see with this there, you can hitch the trailer to New Age David figures. I don't know about the rest, to be honest, but I don't think they'll fit, but only to New Age David figures I can say 100% that they work. So the standard, let's have a quick look at this and see if I can work it out off the top of my head. The standard version of how the feet should look, if we separate these are joined together, is they should look like, now this should fold to the side and back. Yeah, there we go. So we're looking to disconnect this, fold this up. It's on a hinge. Everything with these is so stiff. Fold that down, fold it over. Now we need to fold it back on itself and then clip it back together, and that of course is more like how the original figure is, and indeed how the original Huffer is. So they are packaged in this particular bonus mode. Let me just click this back. You can see this goes under here like so, and let's just bring in a couple of other figures just for a quick bit of comparison. So these, as I say, these are really small. They're known as third-party Legends scale, but some of them are super tiny. There you go, just for a bit of fun, because I've still got him right next to me. And then, funny enough, with a world's smallest Takara alert, so about as small as them. Anyway, that's all there is to say about this particular mode. We're going to come back and you're going to see him in his robot mode. Okay then guys, we're back, and of course he's in his robot mode. Quick apologies for no transformation process on this video. That's because I've separately uploaded it to keep the main length of the video down, and believe you me, he's a little bit more intricate than you think, so he does take a bit of time. In the meantime though, there he is next to, again, the G1 mold, or the figure I suppose that he's based upon, and you can see straight away that exactly the same with the alternate mode. They're pretty much about the same size. However, as I mentioned in the other part, you know, the limbs are a little bit longer and they look obviously a bit more streamlined, shall we say. Let's just again give you an idea of how much they've managed to tidy up the mold. You can see none of the wheels are visible, which is great, and let's be honest, this is just 40 years of advanced how engineering rather has advanced over them 40 years. Right, let's move him out of the way. I have zoomed in a little bit, so hopefully I can get everything on screen. As you can see, the wheels were tucked in the back there, and indeed in the back there. Now this is why they're dubbed mini masterpiece figures. Now, either though it's tough to reach there, you can spin the head all the way around and he will look up and down. He's on a mushroom peg. It is awkward to get to. I suppose you could disconnect this from the side if you wanted to. Let me just show you. You can disconnect that, slightly take it back if you wanted to. It's just tabbed in there, and then you can move it around as much as you want for your posing or for your photos if you wanted to. I just wanted to show you the articulations there, and you can see it's actually quite cleverly folded all over on itself. And I'm going to close that back in there. Right, with regards to the arms, they will go all the way out to the side. Again, if you just slightly angle it, you can spin them all the way around just to miss the backpack. There's a that was a wrist swivel. Now, to be honest, I'm quite glad that's come off because I was going to take it off anyway. So basically, as you can see there, that's just the standard, I suppose, smokestacks, but there is a wrist swivel. And I'm going to take it off because you've got a choice of hands. You've got some open ones, which you can use like so. You've got some other ones. So this is probably more for, yeah, for Puffus. If you want, you can match the same hands as what he had. But I'm going to just switch these ones out. I'm going to take them off the sprue because it just tidies him up. Because obviously it doesn't look like now he's got the smokestacks, to be honest. So it's quite cool, to be honest, the fact that you can do this. That's the smokestack one. So you've got the wrist swivel. There's no bicep. There is a bicep swivel. That's what I was trying to go for. And of course there's the flexion as well. There's also a full waist swivel, and this is where these figures are crazy good. Is there? I'm sure there was in the other one. No, there isn't. I thought there'd be an ab crunch, but it looks pretty much like it, even though you can swing the legs all the way up to give the splits that way, and indeed out to the side as well. I did think that there was going to be an ab crunch even on these tiny ones, but obviously there wasn't. But it's as good as, because you can move that down and keep the legs there, but it's not a proper real one, unfortunately. We've then got the hip swivel, we've then got the knee bend and the ankle tilt rock, whatever you want to do. There's loads of articulation in this, and that again is why they justify, I suppose, their price point and why they are so much higher than figures like this, to be honest, and could be the reason why these figures of, you know, core class, I don't know if you know, and at the time of making this video, allegedly they're going to stop making them. And I think, as I say, perhaps for the reasons exactly what I've just said. So there you go. I've popped the one gun into his hand. I'm wondering where I've popped the other one. There's the other one, because this is how they've got the figure. One gun in each hand on the Shozy website, to be honest, and as he can wield both of them, he might as well. Right, there we go. So let's give you some ideas of some height. So first and foremost, just for anybody who wants to see all of them lined up, so this is just a standard deluxe figure, and you can see it's, you know, not even up to his waist. With regards to New Age figures, which is of course who you want him to scale with, there you go, he scales perfectly with Optimus Prime. I'm going to bring in a couple of core class again just to show you how small this figure is with how much improved articulation he does actually have. And again, price points determine that as well. I'm not taking anything away from either of them. It's one of them sayings, you get what you pay for, etc. You pay more for these, so you get more for it. Right, let's just do it very quickly. He's not going to fit in. Nope, G1 Optimus Prime, way too tall. Let's go very quickly with an Iron Factory figure, which is quite a bit bigger, to be honest, which you can see. I've got, what else have I got knocking around here? I've got a Takara World's Smallest, which is the official smaller ones. There is a mini Optimus Prime. And I've got a G2 lead foot, to be honest. Not much more figures. I could keep bringing in loads and loads, but it wouldn't really make much difference for you. I suppose I could bring in the new tiny Bumblebee. Again, you'll just see how small he is. But that's pretty much all there is to say about this particular figure. I suppose if you want me to do any more size comparisons in any separate videos or shorts, I'm more than happy to do that. As I say, this is the Road Games only review. When I come to do the puffer and the other ones, I'll get all the robot modes together for the puffer mold review as well. In the meantime, guys, there he is. This is Newage 58 B Road Games. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. Take care.